Please pray for our community, members that are lonely or sick. Please pray for his healing upon them. Please pray for our community members that have recently lost family members. Please pray that he sends them comfort. Please pray for our elected officials that they will be open to include every concern and every opinion prior to jumping into decisions. Please pray that he clears their hearts and allows a second.
Second.
Second made by Councilman Cumberland. All in favor? Aye. The next meeting of the City Council will be held on December 19th, 2023 at 6 p.m. in Council Chambers located at City Hall. City Hall will be closed on December 25th and 26th in observance of the Christmas holidays. The Town Green Festival is this Saturday, December the 9th. Parade starting at 4 p.m. at the Country Club, coming then to City Hall for the festival from 5 to 8. Next, we have a proclamation for National Caregivers Month. Whereas November is National Family Caregivers Month, a time to recognize and honor family caregivers each year. And whereas the national recognition for family caregivers began in 1994, when the Caregiver Action Network began promoting the cause. And 1997 was the first National Family Caregivers Month presidential proclamation, and each November since then, an annual proclamation has been issued to recognize and celebrate family caregivers. And whereas how we treat our children, parents, and loved ones, and how we value those who care for them are fundamentally to who we are as a community. Early care and education give children a strong start in life, while long-term care helps older Americans, veterans, and people with disabilities live and work with dignity. During National Family Caregivers Month, we honor the Americans who lift up our communities by providing dignified, professional, and invaluable care to the people we cherish. And whereas a majority of people struggle to find affordable, high-quality care for themselves and their loved ones, at the same time, care workers remain among the lowest paid workers in the country, though their jobs are some of the most demanding. More than half of the long-term care employees and nearly 20% of the child care workers leave their jobs after 1 year. As a result, many people are forced to leave their own jobs behind to care for their loved ones. And whereas we recognize the love and sacrifice of millions of caregivers, they are the backbone of our community, caring for children, aging parents, disabled veterans, injured service members, and others who need support and medical assistance. Let's us celebrate and honor our caregivers and renew our efforts to protect their dignity, health, and security. Being a caregiver, though often is rewarding, is filled with challenges. Let us recognize their contributions and bring awareness to immense value of these individuals. Additionally, it is time to advocate for enhanced support for tools for caregivers. And therefore, I, Nancy Deprio, Mayor of the City of Diamond Head, along with the City Council, do hereby recognize November as National Family Caregivers Month. I encourage all residents of Diamond Head to reach out to those who provide care for family members, friends, and neighbors in need to honor and thank them. So tonight, I'm going to ask, we've got Tanya Coyne here with SMPDD, and if you know anything about SMPDD and area aging, they are a tremendous asset to caregivers. They are a support system to everyone in our community. They are probably the lead in the state on helping with resources. And I can't thank them enough for what they do. And it is an honor to give this proclamation to you all because you all are very big caregivers of the entire Gulf Coast. Thank you so very much. You want to come get a picture?
y'all.
Thank you. Thank you, my honey. Thank you for all you do. All right, moving along to Miss Angie Kaufman, Pearl River Community College, CTAP funds.
Good evening, Board, Mayor, Council. Thank you for
Good
having me
evening.
this evening. I'll be brief, as I know you all probably have a full agenda tonight. Dr. Beerwood sends his apologies for not being here. He kind of got stuck with mail. He's traveling home from a conference tonight from Orlando, so he regrets that he could not be here with us tonight. I put packets on everyone's desk, and we'll just kind of go through it real briefly. And if at any time you have questions, just let me know, and we can get those answered. The first sheet is just kind of a snapshot of investments here we are putting into Hancock County. First being our CTAP program for fall 2022 and spring 2023. As you can see, just here in the city of Diamond Head, a little over 4,000 was utilized out of the 5,000 allocated last year for fiscal year 2023. And so forth. There was a total of $74,565 utilized in CTAP in Hancock County last year, and you all contributed to helping 69 students attend Pearl River Community College. And this kind of breaks it down. Port and Harbor contributed $60,000 last year. You all $5,000. There was a little bit of a deficit, so Pearl River did cover the difference of $9,565. This year, going into fiscal year 24, Port and Harbor has increased theirs to $80,000 just to kind of help offset that deficit a little bit. And then again, you all for a generous $5,000, and we appreciate that. And again, the PRCC will cover the difference if there is any. We do anticipate the usage of CTAP increasing here with the new campus coming on board over the next year or so. So we will, again, our students, just because we will have that increase, our students will never go without. We will always help cover their tuition in any way that we can. Our overall scholarship contribution for here in Hancock County, just in foundational scholarships last year, we awarded $70,000. And those foundational scholarships are scholarships that are set up here by families and or businesses that go just towards students from Hancock County attending Pearl River Community College. And I apologize, I was a little late asking for just institutional Hancock County scholarships. Apparently there's a lot more that goes into running that report. But she was able to give me the overall institutional scholarships of $5.1 million that we, Pearl River Community Colleges ourselves, awarded to students attending all throughout our service area. That's actually up a little bit from last year. We were right about $5 million, and we were at 5.1 this year. So we're always excited to see that number go up and helping our students and families. Another investment that we are actually very, very, very excited is our new campus we are building here in Hancock County. This past August, our 18,000 square foot hangar did open. It's on the flight line at Stennis Airport, and that facility is housing our unmanned aerial system. The classes are full, students are thriving, it's a wonderful program.
Awesome.
And then some exciting news we received just last week, just in the nick of time, like Christmas morning. We are officially FAA Part 147 certified airframe and propulsion school, aviation school. To say this was a quick process and an easy process would definitely be an understatement. That original application for that certification was filed in 2018, and we literally just received the news last week that we have been certified and approved. And a little bit was due to construction being delayed on the hangar. We had to prove that the hangar was, constructed and FAA compliant, as well as have most of the equipment in place. So that was a little bit of the lag time with being approved. So we are super excited. A press release went out last week. Those classes will start in January in the hangar as well. Construction is going well on the main campus right across the street next to Port and Harbor and Lazy Magnolia, where main campus is going. Again, that's a 38,000 square foot academy. Then we'll talk about some new programs that we're going to have offered there, as well as everything that we're currently offering at our Waveland Center. So we're super excited about that. And just a little snapshot history, what began in 2016 with an original $1 million allocation from our Mississippi legislature to purchase the land has now evolved into a $21 million investment we are making here in Hancock County. And $6 million of that was in grants that we received this past year with the Department of Labor through Senator Hyde Smith's Office for Employee Training, and a $2 million FAA airframe and propulsion grant, and then $2 million in additional restore funds for equipment as well. So we're very excited about that, and I'll definitely keep you all updated as we move along with construction. The next sheet's just kind of a snapshot of how we're doing. And I apologize, we actually update this at the end of every year, so we're in the process of updating this for 2023. But nothing has really, good news, nothing has decreased at this point. We're only increasing at this point. Again, 42% increase in our career tech programs. And we had an increase in our enrollment. Last year it was around 5,500, or holding steady about 5,600 students at this time. We are still the fastest growing community college in the state of Mississippi, and we are the 4th largest. Another exciting news, we are now 7 years without having to increase tuition. We're $16.25 tuition every semester. Very proud to say that. Dr. Brearwood always says, he does not believe in putting the burdens of the rising costs on the backs of our students and families. He will always look in-house and make adjustments elsewhere before we do that to our students and families. Our online enrollment is increasing. We actually saw that trend increasing before COVID, and it's increasing a little bit still every year. At this point, our students have the opportunity to attend in person in class, or they can do what's called the hybrid option. It's actually it's equivalent to like a Zoom. They can be projected into the classrooms no matter where they are in the world, taking a class at PRCC. And then we have our strictly enrollment opportunity for them as well. Our students are transferring to four-year universities here in the state of Mississippi. Not only are they very well prepared, but they're also transferring with an average GPA of 3.29. So very proud of that. The next is just kind of a flyer of the new campus coming on board and our new programs that we are excited. Again, I just mentioned the aviation maintenance technology. We'll be offering coding technology to kind of filter in with all the cybersecurity efforts going on. Court reporting, that's actually started in our Forest County campus last semester, and the classes are full. Great response, so we're excited to bring that here as well. Hydrographic technology, which I'll touch on that in just a moment, and then so forth, industrial manufacturing, practical nursing, our unmanned aerial system, and welding. And those are just our new ones, in addition to everything we are already offering at our Hancock campus as well. The second is just a press release that went out last week stating that we are FAA certified aviation maintenance technology school at this time. And as I mentioned, that $2 million FAA grant we received earlier this year, that grant is to be used for outreach efforts and scholarships. So any students enrolling for this program in January, their first entire semester will be covered by that grant as well. And this program is a little bit more expensive than $16.25 just because of the program and tools that they do, program fees and tools that they are required to purchase. So again, this grant will help offset the purchase of their tools as well. The next is another new program we started in August of this year. It's a hydrographic technology program, and basically how they explained it to me, it's everything that UAS does in the air, but they do it in the water with unmanned, crewed, autonomous vehicles, and it's mapping of the sea floor. And another, I guess, perspective, how they explained it to me is, for example, in 2005, when Katrina hit our coastline, our harbors and so forth, it took months and years to map our sea floors here and compile all that data, bring it back to the offices and, see the damage and debris that we had in our waters here. The advancement with technology in today's time with a program like this, it will now, with mapping the seafloor with autonomous vehicles and real-time data, it'll now take days and weeks to compile what took years, so Not that we want to wish that a storm hits us, but we'll be in good. And the demand for these technicians is unbelievable. We are actually the only community college to offer this in a condensed 2-year program. And these students can graduate with their associate's degree in hydrographic technology and walk out starting at $80,000 a year. Or and we also have an MOU with USM where they can go on and pursue their 4-year bachelor's degree if they would also. I believe USM has a master's program. So it's just a matter of how far do they want to take this program. So we're excited about that. And then the next sheet's just, again, a recap of all of our technical programs that we offer. Some will be here at this campus and in Poplarville and in Forest County. So if y'all have any questions of which ones we'll have where, just let me know. And then on the last sheet is just a recap of CTAP, just in case y'all get asked by parents or students throughout the community what exactly CTAP is and, how the procedure to apply and so forth. I know we were excited to help someone that Councilman Lee sent this to us, and there was a little translation barrier a little bit between the mother and daughter, but we got all the information that she needed, and it just solidifies what you all are investing in here, and we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any questions at this time?
I have just one. And the aviation part over at Stennis, will you be working on planes that are there, or will they be having just planes from the school that they take down and rebuild over and over?
Right now, they will only work on the engines and the fuselages that we, Pearl River Community Colleges, have in our presence. I don't know if there will ever come a time where they venture out into other, I don't think Mr. Rocco will let them touch any planes. No, I'm just kidding.
I was just thinking of high school automotive classes where you brought in your own cars. So maybe some of the Cessnas would get
possibilities
treated
are
there.
You never know. You never know. And also, and we do get asked. I'm glad you did bring up aviation. We do get asked a lot of times, will we ever do commercial flight pilot training, and that is on our radar. Gulf Coast Aviation is offering it right now out at Stennis, but there may come a time where we, as Pearl River, do offer that. We just wanted to focus on some things, a few at a time, instead of taking on all these huge, expensive programs all at once. So we're excited about that because there is a pilot shortage as well.
How many students do y'all have enrolled in that aviation academy?
It's new. It's just starting in January, but I can tell you just 2 days ago, Keesler Air Force Base sent us 8 students, and we can hold 20.
Okay.
So we've had a great response since the press release has come
exciting,
out.
yeah.
It is so exciting.
Well, y'all are doing it.
Meet with one of their instructors for the UAS program 2 weeks from now to see if we can get some of the Navy students from Seabee base.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Kevin, yes.
Y'all are doing a
exciting.
tremendous job. Can't thank you
you.
enough. It has changed
you.
a lot since I was there
It has.
many moons ago.
But
But
mine too.
it was wonderful to see Pearl River here. They all came to the Magdalene House 5K run.
I did see that.
That was
yes,
awesome.
that was
Lots of
nice.
maroon out there. And next year they're bringing even a larger crowd.
Oh,
Y'all are doing
good.
great work, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
we,
you.
We couldn't do it without partners like you all. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
everyone.
And Angie, I wanted to say really quickly, thank you for everything you did for this particular student. It's been really wonderful to get to see firsthand the way this program affects somebody's actual life. This was a high school senior who didn't think she could go to college for a while. She was bright, had wonderful grades, everything going for her, and she's like, well, I do want to go one day, when I've saved enough money. And I said, there is money. She had no idea, and so I was able to have her call Angie, and you walked her through, and she's thriving. So thank you for everything.
That just solidifies it and brings it back and forth.
Thank you.
All right, moving along. City Manager's Report.
Thank you, Mayor. Quick update on all our current projects. The Park 10 road project is going very well. The contractor's probably 10%, maybe a little bit more, complete on that project. Weather, unfortunately, has slowed us down some, but they have connected all the water lines and the existing sewer lines to that on that project. And they are starting on getting all the drainage lines installed and plan to have all that done by the end of this month. So we'll start seeing everything else kind of going in place 1st of January. Noma Drive restoration, It's a 150-day contract, scheduled to be finished by February 7th. The asphalt for that road rebuild has been installed, as well as for the new multimodal path. And I've seen several people out walking on that and enjoying that path. Unfortunately, this rain dirtied it all up, so they'll have some cleanup to do, and then the finishing up around the edges of it. And then they've got to come up here and finish at the gazebos where that multimodal path will end. Bowview 2, the bids for that project were opened, I want to say about 60 or so thousand less than what we were anticipating, which is a good thing. So they're under review by the engineering firm, and hopefully we'll have that to you guys on the 19th to accept an award. Phase 4 paving, the contractor has repaired around the manhole that's on Bayou Drive, but they still need to fix the bird bath that's up on Holloway Court. They have, and the engineer's supposed to be reaching out to them about that and find out when they're going to schedule to come back and get that part finished. The bond paving, the contractor has completed all the paving portion of this project. They were supposed to be out here today or Monday to actually start with the striping, but again, weather has slowed them down a little bit, so we have that scheduled for Thursday. They hopefully will be out here and start doing the markup on all the striping, and then get that project complete. Montjoy Creek, the property owner has agreed to the proposed walking path location, so the engineer is now working on the legal description for the 15-foot easement so the deed can be created. So that project's getting ready to get moving forward, and they have it scheduled to be bid out in February. Noma Drive Walking Trail, the work assignment's on your agenda for tonight, and this is being funded with the planning phase of this is being funded with Tideland funds, and so we're applying also for additional funds with Mississippi Outdoor Stewardship Grant, as well as Restore funds, to see if we can get all that money put together, and we can build a walking path that will go from Noma Drive up to Montjoy Creek, make a connection between there for everyone to be able to enjoy that area and see things probably that you really don't have access to see on a daily basis. Noma Drive Phase 1B, which is the actual boat ramp, parking area, and the restrooms and so forth. That is going to be on the agenda hopefully on the 19th as well, to get permission to advertise. The engineers got all that worked out, and this will be, so they'll have it to you guys for that to approve, and hopefully we can get that started sometime mid-January or late January to 1st of February. We can get that project awarded and started, and that will build their boat, like I said, the boat ramp, but it'll also do the first section of the boardwalk in that area. Kaliki Way, the engineers identified some current issues within the project work area that I've notified some residents, mostly about sheds that are kind of on our easements, and so we'll have to work on getting those moved over and out of the easement so that we can work on the drainage, mostly in the rear of the properties that we're working on. And they have 90% drawings done, but they haven't brought them to me yet. Bayou Drive, that project still with the engineer. Hopefully we can get something soon moving forward, and I will be notifying all the residents within that work area of the new road that they'll have to use while that project's being constructed. The Noma Drive Boardwalk, meeting with the engineers Thursday to meet on, as well as the hopefully the funding partners on that, and so hopefully we can get that the details on that one worked out, and we'll get started that project down the road as well. And this will finish the boardwalk that started on Noma Drive Phase 1B all the way to the interstate. The other two projects, the canal dredging and the dog park, nothing's changed on those at this time. They're just kind of waiting in for the USACE to get some permitting, as well as trying to get the properties rezoned that we need for the dog park. And then the other projects, the engineers are working on those for the ARPA and Go Mesa projects. Just putting them all together, just can't push them fast enough, but we're trying our best to get as much of that done as we can.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna start with myself, Gerard, if you, yes, I'm gonna start right here. I have a few questions. So the Hand family is a new family moving in on Golf Club Drive. They have the new home that's close to Diamond Head Drive East. Last week on Monday, they had called and asked about their address. I did speak to Bo. Well, actually, I called the 911 people, but we do the addressing. And they were told they'd have an address by last Friday, but they still have not got an address. And they are ready to start getting things delivered, and there's no address. Can we check on that tomorrow?
Bo and Mike Munger are working on that to try to determine what the address for that. The issue there is with the new redesign of the road, the house is now technically, or the driveway technically, is on Golf Club Drive, which there's no address available for that. It was originally on Diamond Head Drive East, but when we made that change in the intersection, their entire house now and driveway is on what is considered Golf Club Drive. So Bo is working with Mike Munger to determine for the 911 and for the emergency services how that house needs to be addressed.
And he did explain all that last Monday, so they're just waiting. I think they had waited a month before that if he could get, and it is Golf Club Drive. I concur with you totally. Diamond Head East, nobody would find that home.
It still is probably going to have to be Diamond Head Drive East because that is the actual address where it needs to be.
That's a problem then.
Golf Club Drive starts with, I want to say it's 841 is the house, the next house down, and there's, or no, 851, and there's no 850, I guess. That would be on the other side of the street.
They may need to look at a unique numbering to fit it on Golf Club. That's what Bo had mentioned, a dash something.
That is the issue that Mike Munger and Bo were working on to try to determine what would be a good number for that.
Okay.
But it has to be something that everybody needs to know so that they'll know how to address it in case of emergency.
They're just very eager to get their address and move here to Diamond Head. Another issue, we had a resident that applied for a variance for an Airbnb, and she wasn't presented all the information when she applied for the variance, and she paid $200, and I believe she was told that she could get the $200 back. So,
She didn't apply for a variance. It's a form you fill out to apply
well,
for
the
an
form,
Airbnb.
she didn't receive.
And it says non-refundable at the bottom.
Okay, but she was told that she was getting it back. If we reached out and said you're not getting it back, can we do that?
I can talk to her.
Okay, and then looking at what arose from that problem with the Airbnb packet, if we could put all the information instead of just the application they fill out, so they know that their windows have to be a
I've
specific.
spoken to the building department about all that the application needs to be more informative before a person fills out a check and sends it in.
Has that been implemented? Okay, so if somebody
But I will
comes
check,
in.
make sure.
Okay, please check on that as well. The bond paving project, this is the first project I've seen that hasn't had any complaints on Facebook. Everybody is impressed. It's beautiful. We're very thankful. We have one of the best contractors in the state with asphalt. There were 2 emails that I had sent on 2 different intersections. And then I sent one today about a bird bath area by a mailbox. But I sent it late, so I don't know if you read it or not. But
Yes,
the
ma'am, I
2
did.
intersections, looking at the bond pavement project, and these 2, and this is just my thought on it. We've got the best contractor in the state here in Diamond Head. They have done a tremendous job. We know we have issues with these 2 intersections. When they do the work, it's going to match exactly what we have now. It's done at the same time. It's going to match. A Weenie and Diamond Head Drive East does not line up, and it's never lined up. When you turn in, you've got to veer over and just hope you're missing somebody. That intersection needs to be fixed. And the intersection at Malley Way and Diamond Head Drive East by Envision, we know Envision is a commercial building. It's got business in there. They've got big trucks. It's difficult for a golf cart to make that path. So I personally, and this is just my opinion, would like to see a change order on the bond pavement project and get these fixed by the contractor that's here that's doing first-class work. instead of waiting on till later and letting Public Works do it. You know, we have got our boulevard looking beautiful, the best it's ever, I've lived here for 30 years, the best it's ever looked. And we have money in the bond. Can we review and look at that?
I'll get a price on a change order for that and let you
Okay.
know.
Thank you. This was just for notification. Exit 16, the ward meeting on Friday, we had MDOT here. The project to advertise for Exit 16, it will advertise on January 23rd, 2023, with work anticipated to begin in April of 2023. And this project's going to take about 2.5 years. The I-10 widening and sound barrier wall advertised to bid last month. It should be on the agenda to award a contract this month. Anticipated construction to begin March 1st, and this will last 4 years. So both of these projects are coming up very soon, and they're going to take a while to complete. So Merry Christmas. Get ready. 2024. So we have both of those coming up. Another question I had was, did we check the lighting at the end of Golf Club Drive and Diamond Head East, where it's really dark, where we're doing all the new striping? It is extremely dark. When you're coming past Veterans and continuing ready to turn on to Golf Club at night without the striping there, and I know the bond paving contractor's doing that next, it is very difficult to see where to turn. It is very dark. That needs some lighting. Late this afternoon, I received an email from a resident living on Malley Way that owns property on Malley Way, and the 2 lots behind her she owns. She sent an email saying she didn't get her tax bill, which that's very honest. She didn't get her tax bill. So the 2 lots say the city of Diamond Head. And this is where legal's going to come in. You're going to have to work. Let me give you the tax parcel number. It's 067J-3-36-010.000. This property in 2012, the family that owns the lot on Malley Way bought the 2 lots from the Diamond Head POA in 2021. In 2022, another person donated the lots to the city of Diamond Head. Looking back on the deeds, we're going to have to look at a lot of deeds because it's a lot of deeds, and we need to research who really owns. You are aware of this? Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't aware of it. I got an email this afternoon asking, what can we do? Oh, okay. Okay. Next question I had was, where are we with the tree ordinance update? Next planning and zoning? Okay. What about the landscape culverts? Where are we with that? Next Tuesday. I had a resident ask about that. And this came up. This is an easy one. Rain date for the Christmas event. Have we set a new date in case it rains Saturday? Just come in? Okay, that'll work. And last thing I had was the residents' concern at the Lily Pond. Did you receive their letter of concern about they don't want a gazebo or a... Okay, all right, that's all I had. Now moving to my left, Councilman Mark.
Yeah, I just had one question with the striping. And the Bayou Drive, I hike up and down it every now and then. I noticed on that new patch up at the top of the hill that it seems to me they need to, especially where Bayou Drive Circle goes, that they need to extend the white stripe just a little bit to show that there's gonna be a curve there, that it just kinda dead ends 10 feet before the curve. And I think it just needs to be extended a little bit.
Coun-
The circle, yeah.
Councilman Clark?
I actually had a question about the striping as well, but you answered your comments, so thank you, sir.
All right. Councilman Finley?
Same striping, asked and answered. Thank you.
Councilwoman Lisi?
Thank you. So rain date, it's inside if it rains. Is the parade still gonna happen?
Parade, I guess, will probably be canceled off.
If it rains, but, and then the event will just happen in City Hall? Okay.
And it'll probably be maybe all three buildings. We'll have to figure out how much room we can make for everybody.
Okay, well, hopefully the weather will be good. And then I had a question. So, you know, we have the Envision plan that we're moving toward adopting. We're committed to following that. It has some very specific design guidelines. Since this is not happening as quickly as I would like it to happen, is it possible for us to either temporarily or permanently adopt the portion of it that governs design? My fear is that in the meantime, we're going to get some new buildings and we don't have any mechanism for governing what they look like before that gets adopted.
Gotcha.
So is there anything that we can do?
Well, you correct me if I'm wrong. All of the design has been approved and adopted in our ordinances already.
So,
The only part we're waiting for is the rezoning of the parcels to make them
well then how?
compatible with whatever
Well
the
then how did
designs
the
are.
green paint end up on the strip mall?
That,
We've
see,
adopted
nothing
all
has
that.
been rezoned. We haven't rezoned anything.
So
Those
the
are all
zoning-
still C1, commercial.
Okay, so if a new building, you know, a business comes in and they want to build a building, we have the ability to say, let us see your plans, they need
No.
to look like this.
No, not yet.
So that's what I
Like,
want.
the land right next to, what is that, Dollar General.
Mm-hmm,
I can't think of what that place is. That land, if someone wanted to come in and build something right into there, it's C1, commercial zoned property,
Right.
and they can build.
right.
Now, we can change it to the Aloha Town Center mixed-use design, and then they would have to conform to that form.
Well,
of a
I guess
building
that's
and
what
that
I'm
thing.
asking.
Yeah.
So,
As of right now, no rezoning has occurred in the city. So the
So-
plan has been adopted, the design has been approved and is part of our ordinances, but they're just sitting there. Because we haven't specifically said where this design has got to be implemented.
so how quickly can we get that done?
I think we're waiting on Bob Barber to give us a new layout, picking all our areas, and then we can bring that to planning and zoning and move forward with it from there. Is that correct? Yeah, I think that's where we are.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, as soon as possible, please. Thank you.
Councilman Cumberland?
Yeah, John, I'm going to go through a couple of quick ones that you answered in an email, just so that the people, the public know that you answered them. There was a question about trademarking on the city logo. You said that Melissa's working on that. There's been a complaint about a muffler shop on the south side, or possibly a business being run on the south side. Code enforcement is looking into that.
Code enforcement is looking into it, and actually we're scheduled to meet with them tomorrow to discuss that situation.
The comprehensive plan that's currently on the website, that is not, a couple of months ago, I know there was a draft version on the website. I couldn't find it. Is that still there, or is the comprehensive plan that's there, the one that's been on there for quite some time? It looked like it was the original one.
Yes, the
With-
comprehensive plan is the original one adopted, I want to say 2021. It is the only plan we have. Now, what was on there a few months ago that was a draft was the zone code rewrite.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
And that
looking
is, still should be out there on the website unless,
Okay.
unless
I was-
something's changed on there that I'm not sure about.
for. I was having trouble
But that's,
finding it.
that's in draft and to be, approved by the council.
So another one of the emails that you had that you answered a question was, I'm guessing it was the one from Chuck and I about town center versus Aloha District.
Correct.
And we had talked about how you guys were leaning towards going to all town center.
Correct.
And you were gonna get Bob to address that.
Right.
Next
And
time.
change all those, yes.
Right.
Yes, and we
So-
have a meeting, I believe next Thursday with him to hopefully finish all those details out.
But I just want to be clear, because it seemed like there might have been a little bit of confusion in that email, what we were asking. We were asking to define the difference between the Aloha District, Town Center, and why now is just Town Center mixed use, Aloha District mixed use versus Town Center mixed use. So,
I wasn't here for this original part, so I can't 100%, but as I understood it, it's really on which side of Jex Drive you're on. You know, east side was going to be Aloha District is what we're going to call it, because that's West Aloha, East Aloha, and then Town Center was going to be on the west side of Jex Drive, being our new downtown town center area.
well, what we saw in that original draft was that certain things were allowed in the Aloha District that were not allowed in the Town Center District. So that was one of the
Okay.
things we were concerned with.
Well, we can check with that with Bob and make sure. Like I said, I believe all of it was supposed to be the same, just using two different names, but we can make sure.
Let's see, the next thing I had was, the mayor mentioned it, you said that, I think you said the meeting was Friday, but I believe it was Saturday that, there was a boards meeting that, am I correct? Was that Saturday or Saturday? That, we had got an update on MDOT, and you said you attended that meeting? Okay, well, thank you for that.
Yes.
Appreciate you
No
attending
problem.
that. We can't always attend that, but, I'm glad that you did, and so I'm hoping maybe you can give us an update on it sometime. You did somewhat in the email today, but maybe you can update the council. I know the mayor gave us some of an update, but, I think Gerard had asked to have Mr.
Yes.
Castleberry come and address us, but I would be fine if you did it.
Okay.
As long as you had all the information, it'd be great. I think that's it. Mayor, you mentioned something about an intersection on Weenie.
Mm-hmm.
Was it not a Pooney place that's really kind of off?
A weenie is.
I have a friend that lives right across from there, and it seems like that intersection is straight, but up the street where, what was that, guy, Eric Diaz, their
Mhm.
intersection is very off-centered.
There's
I
that
thought-
one
I
too,
thought
so
that
that's
one was
three
the
of
one.
them. Envision, these are the ones that the residents are just bringing to our attention that we need to look at. Can you check up that one as well? Because that one
Yeah.
is one too.
Yes, Ty and I went actually 3 weeks ago and drove around trying to, or 3 or 4 weeks ago, noticing those so that, and we was trying to get his public works to work those intersections, get new gravel down so that they could pave over and straighten them out. It's just unfortunately, as the mayor said, we had the best contractor in South Mississippi, and they just beat us to it, and got to the projects and got those crossovers paved before we could get there and do what we had to. Main thing, a lot of it, I want to say at least on 2 of those, the issue is there's trees in the way that have to get cut down first and moved out of the way. So that's kind of what slowed Public Works down from getting that to happen. But they were able to straighten out 2 of those intersections. I want to say we came up with with about 6, maybe 7 different intersections or crossovers that don't line up perfectly with the road beside it.
All right,
Yeah, that's all I have.
all right. Could I get a motion to approve the November 21st, 2023 regular meeting minutes? Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. All in favor? Aye. Could I get a motion to move from the table a motion to accept the audit financial for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2022.
So moved.
Motion made by Councilwoman Lisi. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. All in favor? Aye. Could I get a motion to accept the audited financial statement fiscal year ending September 30th, 2022?
So,
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm a no. Resolution 2023-410. Motion to adopt Resolution 2023-048 for Governor's reappointment of Michael Casano to serve as the Hancock County Port and Harbor Commissioner. Motion made by Councilman Clark, second.
Second.
Second made by Councilwoman Lisi. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? City Clerk.
Yes.
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 Yes. Resolution 2023-420, motion to adopt Resolution 2023-049, thereby authorizing and declaring the necessity to authorize Police Unit Number 055 to remain an unmarked vehicle free of marking, lettering, or striping, and for other related purposes. Motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Finley, second. Second made by Councilman Clark. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? City Clerk.
Yes.
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 Yes. Resolution 2023-421, motion to adopt Resolution 2023-051, thereby abandoning a 5-foot drainage utility easement on either side of the common property line between lots 7 and 8. Diamond Head Phase 2, Unit 5, Block 6. The parcel number is 131B-0-01-155.000. The physical street address is 688 Allahi Place. Motion?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Finley, second.
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? City Clerk.
Yes.
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 Yes. And now we're going to enter into a public hearing. Is Larry Matringa here? First call for Larry Matringa. Is Larry Matringa here? Second call. Is Larry Matringa here? All right, there has been no one to show up for the public hearing. Does anybody else want to speak on behalf of Mr. Larry Matringa? All right, the public hearing has closed. Could I get a motion to adopt Resolution 2023-050 to adjudicate that the uninhabited home located at 87001 Bowview Court, parcel number 067K2-36227.000, is a menace to the public health, safety, and general welfare of the community. Authorization to advertise for bids and/or obtain quotes to perform the necessary services to remove any trash and debris from the property and to cut the grass and assess the cost to said property for related purposes. The owner is L&F Homes Development LLC, registered agent Larry Matringa. Motion?
So moved.
Motion made by Councilwoman Lisi. Second? Second made by Councilman Clark. Any discussion to my left? Any discussion to my right? City Clerk?
Yes.
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 Yes. Could I get a motion to approve consent agenda items 10 through 16?
Move.
Did somebody move? I
Change it.
can't, I'm sorry, I cannot hear. Motion made by Councilman Finley. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Clark. All in favor? Aye. Could I get a motion to approve the docket of claims, DKT 231273, DKT 231299, in the amount of $257,747.33?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Finley. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Marr. All in favor?
Aye.
And I'm a no. Department reports. Could I get a motion to approve the October 2023 financial reports?
Move.
Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second made by Councilman Finley. Okay. All in favor? Aye. We have 2 non-agenda public comments. So, Ms. Catrone, you want to come first?
Mayor, council members. I am Denise Catone, residing at 5440 Diamond Head Drive East. On December the 19th, you will be voting on a motion to adopt Resolution 2023-041, changing zoning to town center mixed use for the area lying between Dollar General and the residential area. Physical address is 5410 Jex Drive. This is a copy of the map given to me, pulled from the Envision Diamond Head 2040 plan. It shows parkland behind my property, which will come as a surprise to the person selling the 4.5 acres from Veterans to Kalani, as he told me there is a road going through there, that property. And the house is east of me, across Kalani to the rear of Burger King, to support the condominiums to be built. It's been in the plans for years. It's a done deal. So this is that map. I don't see that they can put a parkland with a road right in the middle of it. I respectfully ask that you keep in mind as you consider any changing to zoning in support of Envision Diamond Head 2040, that the focus groups in the plan ask for preservation of the green space and noted that Diamond Head's natural wooded environment is a big draw, noted that the loss of this environment is an issue, noted that low signage is needed, no need for neon lighting, noted that detention-retention ponds are required. As someone who lives to the east of this proposed development and downslope, a primary concern for me is going to be drainage. As someone whose residence abuts the commercial area, I'm also concerned about lights, noise, and odors. As you deliberate this resolution, do not forget those of us who occupy residences in the city abutting the commercial mixed-use areas. We've already endured the loss of most or all of our green space, but it is not too late to ensure mitigating measures are applied and enforced to reduce the impact to those of us in these residential areas, such as creating a buffer zone of foliage or other materials between the residential housing and the commercial mixed-use areas, permitting residents to install higher fencing, creating adequate drainage to direct any runoff away from residences and contain as much as possible of the runoff from the tons of concrete that will replace the rain-absorbing foliage and soil, and placing and enforcing reasonable constraints on noise, lights, and odor. Thank you for your time and service to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we have Mr. Garwood. What is it? Gatwood. I couldn't read them. I made up your name, sir. Sorry.
I live at 85015 Diamond Head Lakes Boulevard. I'm in one of the new houses from Elliott. I was actually the first one to close on that street when all those houses were being built. I love the neighborhood. I love the community. It's exactly what me and my wife were looking for when I retired from the military and moved out here. So thank you. It's a great community. The reason I'm here is the road, the condition of our road. Excuse me. I know it's not a Diamond Head responsibility because Elliott Homes still owns that road. But I'm asking for the council to put pressure on him to keep that road in in a usable status, because the road condition right now is just absolutely deplorable. And the only time he ever takes action is when his feet are held to the fire and made to do so. I've got 18-wheelers coming back and forth, and when they're going out, they're going through my yard, on the edge of my yard. You can see where they're driving over the edge of my driveway. They've busted off both corners of my driveway. They've got a big rut running right through the grass that's alongside the road, which I got it. That's considered city property, but I just spent $12,000 on irrigation and sod trying to make my yard nice. You know, doing what I can, and I got 18-wheelers going through the grass. So it's like, you know, and I got it with that median that they put in there due to environmental, you know, goals. It makes the road so narrow that unless he's a really good truck driver, he's going to put the truck in my yard. So I don't know what the fix is, but driving the truck through my yard can't be the fix, and driving over the edge of my driveway and busting the concrete up. So if I request that anybody that has the time to go out and take a look at the road and see the potholes, because my mailbox, I had to move my mailbox because it had been knocked off like 4 times. So, and the road's so narrow, you're trying to dodge potholes and dodge mailboxes. So it's like, which one do I hit? I'm going to hit one of them because the roads are just so narrow and the potholes are so bad. So if I can please get the city council's help in holding Elliot's feet to the fire and making sure that road stays, you know, up to somewhat usable status. And one more thing, right past my house, right where the golf cart path crosses the road, there's a dip. I don't know what they were thinking when they put that there, but I know Diamond Head City Police can't get a car over that dip. They're so low. They have to go back there with a truck. And being a deputy in Hancock is, if there's not a truck available that's on patrol, somebody's parking their unit there and walking back to whatever emergency they got to respond to. So that needs to be fixed as well. So if I can address that, but that's all I have. So
Thank you very much, and I know everything you're exactly talking about, and it does need to be fixed, especially if you're in a golf cart. That can really, trying to go over that dip, you get lost in it.
yeah,
John, can we make sure that we look at this tomorrow and get compliance out there? And
Bo and I have already been talking about that Monday, Tuesday, and he was getting with Elliot about that to address the potholes and so forth. As far as the dip goes, what you're seeing there is the first level of asphalt. So there has to be another lift
right.
put on that will then match up to where that concrete culvert is, or whatever it is, I don't know what you call it. And then that's where the drainage goes across the road there. It was designed for that purpose. I really don't like water going across the road. I think that's a bad design, but that's just how it was built originally in the original designer.
I figured that's what the dip was there for, because I know they got to top dress the road eventually, but they're looking at 2 to 3 years before he's done back there. And thankfully it doesn't affect me, but since I'm here, I'm trying to speak on the behalf of the entire street.
And it might be they can put limestone down. That's a good base, and it can be removed when they come back and do the surface. It's so uneven right now. Just stick some limestone, tap it down, and
Because the last time
it's terrible.
we voiced this grievance, he came out and he fixed everything. And it lasted for a few months, and it's like, okay, the potholes are back. And it's like, he knows what needs to be done. He's ignored it until he's made to do something. So it's unfortunate, but if I can get y'all's help, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And what was your address again? I'm sorry.
No, you go.
85015 Diamond Head Lakes Boulevard.
Okay, I got the street. I just,
Yeah,
thank you.
There might be some type of eco paver. I mean, there's so many different types of aggregate replacement rather than something just going to wash out. And that should,
Permeable.
something permeable certainly. Yeah.
I got you. I'll get with Bo again in the morning and see what he's found out from Elliot.
It sounds like a design flaw if the road's that narrow.
It's a very
Right?
small road.
I'm with you.
It's
I
a
am with you.
very small, I know exactly where you
Yeah.
live, because I cut through the cart path on the, so, looking at deer. I don't golf, but I look
Yeah.
at deer. That dip needs to be fixed, but it is because they hadn't done the finished surface. So limestone will fix it until then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming and letting
ma'am.
us know.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.
And
Thank
thank
you,
you for your
sir.
service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We are going to pause for a second, and Councilman Clark would like to address the council.
Since the election in August, I've heavily considered the best time to give my resignation to my council seat. I wanted to fulfill as much of my responsibility here as I could before the new appointment as your county supervisor. After prayer and conversations with my wife, I'm giving my official resignation effective following the adjournment of tonight's meeting. As a family, we'd like this time before I take office in January. I've been in the seat for over 3.5 years. I've learned very early that the wheels of government don't move as quickly as I'd like. And no matter decisions made, you can't make all the residents happy. I know that each decision I've made has been researched and given heavy thought. As a city and council, we have moved in a positive direction with drainage projects, road paving, and the beginning work on our Envision plan, to name a few. In my ward, I've worked to address various requests, added road signs, worked on drainage and sinkhole issues, and tried my best to be a listening ear. By nature, I am a problem solver. I've worked diligently to solve problems within my control. As Diamond Head looks to the future, I will do what my role as supervisor allows me to do for Diamond Head. As much as I love to serve in both capacities, I look down this table and over to our city officials and have no doubt our city is under knowledgeable, capable and caring leadership. This group wants nothing more than what's best for our city and its future. I'm confident in the decisions they will make until my empty seat is fulfilled and for years to come. I want to thank this council and our city officials for the pleasure it has been to serve alongside you. To our residents, I appreciate the trust you placed in me to serve you. I look forward to continuing that service on a county level. I am forever grateful for the knowledge gained, lessons learned, and new friendships I've gained. I truly love our city, I really do, and our residents, and I'm thankful to call Diamond Head and Hancock County home for my family. May God continue to bless us all. I have informed the administration of my resignation so they can prepare for a special election and factor in the upcoming holidays, advertisements requirements, POA, and upcoming presidential primary. It is my understanding on the next agenda, the Ward 4 seat will be declared vacant and an order setting the election will be on the agenda for approval. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Councilman Clark.
It's been a pleasure
Thank you for
serving
your
with you.
service.
I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've enjoyed almost every minute of it.
I was just gonna say, wait a minute.
I've enjoyed a lot of the minutes of it, okay?
All right, is there any need for executive session? With that being said, could I get a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Councilman Clark. Could I get a second?
Second.
Hey, hold off. Repeat, I withdraw that. So we would like to adjourn this meeting tonight in honor of Councilman Chuck Clark. Don't get upset on me. So with that being said, I'm going to move to adjourn the meeting tonight in honor of Councilman Chuck Clark and all he has done for the city of Diamond Head. Could I get a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Lisi. All in favor?
Aye.